Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and we got another helmet coming at you. This is the LS2 Aero Carbon Evo GP. Okay folks, this is a spicy helmet right here. This is a full carbon racing helmet. It's FIM, it's ECE, it's DOT, all the latest certs. It is an affordable price point. More importantly, $450 can make one of these yours. If you're not familiar with LS2, you should be. They make millions of helmets, and they've been around since the 90s. But it wasn't until about a decade ago they decided to come out with their own brand name. Before then, they were making helmets for some of the world's top brands that you've heard of. But more recently, LS2 is going direct to the consumer with their products. Their motto is always ahead, and that they are. They really bring a lot of features and quality for the prices that they charge, and the Aero Carbon Evo GP is no different. So this comes in one flavor. It is the matte carbon finish you see here in front of me. It is extremely lightweight. It is sub 3 pounds in the size small that we weighed on our scale. So 2.94 in a size small. Anything right around or sub 3 is world-class lightweight, which if you're going to be on the track, that's what you want. So this is designed for track or aggressive street riders. Because of the riding position, the eye port is more at home and a tuck than a straight up riding position. Not to say you couldn't use this on a different style of bike or riding, but that is who they had in mind when they designed this. And furthermore, that FIM certification, if you're not familiar, FIM is the racing organization that sanctions MotoGP, which is the world's premier class of racing, and they have their own helmet safety standard. If you want to get on MotoGP athletes, manufacturers have to pass that FIM certification. It's a higher level than, say, DOT or even ECE. So really stringent standard. And there are only a handful of helmets at this time that are even certified FIM that are available to the public, and the Aero Carbon Evo GP is one of them. And the thing that makes this one stand out is the price point. Usually to get that FIM cert, you're going to be spending almost twice the price. So $450 to get that and all the other bells and whistles I'm about to show you is a real steal. Let's talk about the fit. So when it comes to racing helmets, a lot of racing helmets fit like racing helmets. They call it a 200-mile-an-hour fit. And so if you are used to wearing a size small and you order a size small in this helmet, it's going to fit more like an extra small. It's going to be really tight, which is what you want at the track. It's going to still break in a fair bit, so account for the break-in. But if you want more of like a street comfy fit, you need to go up a size. And that's from the sizing chart, right? So go to the sizing chart and move up one size. And this isn't just from us, this is from LS2. Because this is a racing helmet, it fits like a racing helmet. So you've been warned, you're going to want to round up on the sizing. Unless you're using it at the track or really aggressive riding on the street and you just want that racing fit, then go with the size you normally wear. The shape is somewhere intermediate oval to maybe a little bit more round. And go by that LS2 sizing chart. Remember, when it comes to fit, we know Shopee Online has its own set of challenges. So if you don't like the fit or you just decide you don't want the helmet, not only are we going to pay the free shipping to get this to you, but if it doesn't work out, we'll pay to get it back, get you an exchange or a refund. Just make sure you test it fit in the living room, not on the bike. We don't want it coming back with bugs on it, and we'll make sure to take care of you and treat you like family on any return or exchange that you might need. Okay, let's talk about the shell construction of the LS2 Aero Carbon Evo GP. You can see that carbon fiber, but it's not just carbon, it's actually all other aramid fibers. If you go pure carbon, the shell tends to be a little bit too rigid. Mixing in other aramid fibers gives it different properties when it's absorbing energy. It makes it a little bit more flexible, and it improves puncture protection. So it is that the aramid and the carbon fiber. It's what makes this helmet so light, that construction. Okay, so then we're going to talk about the ventilation. That's really important, especially you're on the track. You're slung over that bike. It's hot. You want to ventilate really well, so they have ram air vents up in the top, which are fully adjustable. And I'm not in love with these switches. If I had to critique one thing about this helmet, these sort of switches are a little funky, and I like sliding panels over like little knobs like that, or little. They're really kind of small. I'm going to be tricky with gloves on, but they're there. Okay, and then down the front, we have kind of a standard switch vent. Nothing too special about that. Looks like it does have an in-between position. And then, of course, your exhaust is coming out on the back. You're going to notice, as opposed to some of the GP helmets, it's It's a little bit elongated, but not super long. And when they do that, it keeps the helmet a little bit more spherical, and that's better if you crash. You want it spherical when you crash. Longer does cut through the air. It slips through the air better on aero, but it's, in terms of an impact, a little bit more spherical helps, and you'll notice that here. They do put an air diffuser on it to help with that aero at high speeds, and underneath that are your exhaust vents to get that Venturi exhaust that vacuums out the hot air and pulls the cool air in and keeps you nice and cool. The EPS foam inside of the helmet is also ported and channeled to keep you nice and cool while you're riding, so you can stay focused, because that's when mistakes happen. You're out on your second session, it's getting real hot, and that's when you tend to get sloppy. So ventilation, very important in a track helmet. Let's talk about the face shield. So this is a thick injection molded 3mm shield. It is sturdy, which is nice. Sometimes on lightweight racing helmets, they'll go with a thinner shield. It just kind of feels flimsy. It's not inspiring confidence, but this is a nice piece. I like how they did this lock here with this metal piece. So that is going to engage right there in the middle. Real positive lock, going to give you confidence when going down the straight that this is not going to accidentally disengage. To open it, you're actually pressing this little button right here, and it opens. The action on the mechanism is nice and smooth. It has 3 positions. Let's see, we got closed, slightly open, and midway, and then kind of all the way up, so maybe 4 positions. Racing helmets don't tend to have a lot of detents. A lot of them that we've used and reviewed here will basically have closed and then all the way open, because they don't anticipate you want to cruise around with a crack shield on the track. But here, if you ride on the street, you do have that option. And the shield changes are real quick and easy. I'm going to show you right now. You're just going to pull that trigger. Whoops. Yeah, we're going to pull this way, and this is going to pop right out. It only comes with this clear shield in the box. This is Pinlock ready and tear-off post ready. I'll show you that here in a second once we pop it back into place. But shield changes are nice and easy. There you go. This has also got tension in it, so you have spring-loaded a pivot mechanism that is going to pull the shield against the helmet when you close it and make that real positive lock, keep the weather out of your face with your weather stripping around this bead around the helmet. You do have a nose guard, nose deflect, breath deflector, whatever you want to call it, that you can pull out, and you do see venting. These ducts are meant to blow that air up onto your shield and keep it free from fog. But if that does not solve your fog problems, they are going to give you a Pinlock insert. Let's show you all the goodies that they're going to give you along with your Aerocarbon Evo. First up, really pretty carrying bag. This is one of the nicest carrying bags I've seen. It's just got a real nice feel. Looks professional. You're going to look like a pro. Let's open this up, see what other things we're going to get with our helmet. You're going to get a helmet sock. This is like any other LS2 helmet. Their helmet socks are pretty sturdy, nice pull tag with the little locker there. Okay. Also in the box, they're going to include your first set of tear-off film. All right, if you've never used tear-off, you've seen it on motocross helmets on the goggles to get clear view when the roost is on you. Well, if you're riding on the track, if you haven't done that before, you follow close, you can get tire debris, and if it's a buggy day, you get bugs, and then you can't see where you're going. So you layer on tear-offs, and you rip them off on the track and get a new clear face shield. So they're going to include a set. You can buy more if you need them. Also in the box, you have a free Pinlock insert, and that is going to mitigate that fog. You can install that on the inside of the face shield, and that creates a dual pane mechanism there to manage the temperature differential from the outside to the inside, hopefully solving all your fog issues. All right, let's put away the snazzy helmet bag, and we're going to flip this helmet over and show you what it's made of. First up, double D-ring closure. They're not going to mess around with quick release. This is a racing helmet. You want the most secure fastener you can get. That's what they're using here. They got a little pull tab, which is kind of interesting, and that will help you get, and it even says LS2, how neat, and it'll help you get these on and off. Okay, another thing about the bottom edge of this helmet, you're going to see this neoprene chunk right here. This is a chin curtain. It's meant to keep the wind and noise out of the helmet, and this one's really flexible. It's nice. It's supple. It's not going to keep you from getting in and out of the helmet. Also on this bottom edge, the neck roll is actually one and the same with the bottom edge of the laser cut 3D molded cheek pad, and it does have the emergency release. So if you're in an accident, EMS has to get the helmet off of you. They're going to use these pull tabs to slide the cheek pads out of the way and more easily and gently pull the helmet off your head. Hopefully you don't need to experience that feature, but it is there. And it is a racing helmet, so it's nice to know about all the features. You're also going to notice that the size of these cheek pads, really robust. It's gonna make a nice seal around the bottom of your helmet, and that's gonna help keep the noise out. So noise, in case you don't know, number one thing you can do to mitigate noise in your helmet is make sure it fits nice and snugly. Okay, that's number one. So buy a helmet that fits you snug, account for a little bit of break-in. Next thing, get a helmet with some really good cheek pads. You just see that edge. The opening is going to be tight on this, so getting it on might be a little tricky until these break in a little bit, but once you get it past your ears, these are gonna wrap around the bottom edge of your jaw, create a real nice seal. We're gonna pull them out of the way so you can see what else is going on inside of here. Just a few little snaps. LS2 is standing behind this with a full 5-year warranty. Yes, 5 years. So essentially, you know, helmet useful life. Most tracks want a helmet that's younger than 5 years, so for the entire life of your helmet, it will be covered by a warranty to make sure it's free of any sort of manufacturing defects. Okay, so another nice thing about these cheek pads, I'm gonna spend a second telling you, this fabric, really nice. It feels like, they're not calling it Alcantara, but it feels like a real high-end, they call it a technical material. It feels like a high-end Alcantara kind of exotic suede material. So real nice, something you don't see every day in helmets there. And they do include a nice little like swatch of it up by your ears. So comfy helmet, nice place to be. Let's move this other cheek pad out of the way. And like I said, a lot of low density foam in these cheek pads. This helmet is a race fit, and it will give in a little bit after you wear it a few times. Okay, and then the liner itself has more of a little bit of a neoprene feel. It's gonna keep you cool. It's cool when it's hot out, and it's gonna keep you a bit warm when it's cold out. Let's snap this out of the way so that you can see what the EPS in here looks like. I'm gonna open this up. Snap this out of the way so that we can pull this out. Okay, another nice touch is that they finish this top edge with material, so it's just not exposed EPS when you pop the liner out of the way. It's kind of a high-end feel. Move those out of the way, and that is your EPS. You can see those channels. Whoops. You can see those channels and ports so that the ventilation system can do what it's supposed to do, which is keep you cool. You also notice there are no speaker pockets. Can you run a comm system on this? Even on the most hardcore racing helmets like this, people always ask, can I run a comm system? Yes, you can. There is some room behind the cheek pad. You could sneak a speaker in. You know, if it's like the big, thick, like JBL Pack Talks, it's gonna run into your ear. You're gonna want kind of more of a low profile speaker probably, but there is room. You can fit them, and you can do a mount, either a shell mount on this edge, or you could use the adhesive mount and, you know, run whatever comm system you want, should you choose. So you're getting DOT, ECE, and that FIM certification. You're getting a world-class racing helmet under 3 pounds with a full 5-year warranty. It's hard to miss. You know, if you're new to the track and you're trying to keep things on a budget, you know, racing and motorcycles in general can be expensive. You don't want to spend $900 on your next helmet, but you want something that's truly track ready. It's going to come with all the goodies you need. Check out the Aerocarbon Evo GP, and make sure you buy it at speedx.com, because, you know, if you buy your helmets from SpeedX, you ride faster. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.